I think I get like 3 recordings out of a charge. You know, it takes like 3 weeks for it to wind its way down, and it was at like 27%. And so I got it fueling up now, and then I'll switch over here and plug in my phone so we can not artificially inflate viewership. Of course not. We do such a thing. That would be deceitful.
We'll have a bot drop in and tell us that easy numbers
every fucking
by
time.
using bot stream, blah 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 blah, whatever.
We heart streamers. Ban. Add to ban from chat. Add to ban. No issues doing that every time I see them. Not now. We're live. Yeah, I'll switch that house power when I need to. What's that?
We're leave.
Leave on. Not leave on. Leave.
Roy Jenkins.
0.1444 repeating naturally. God damn it, Leroy. That's probably like longer. It's one of those things like that was longer ago than my birthday to the Leroy Jenkins incident. It's one of those, like, I have to look back at the time frame. It's been a longer gap between that and now than it was that before. I hate those things when I see them. I'm like, sucks.
Shut up. Stop it.
Yeah. What was it? I read it today. I almost sent it to you guys. Smashing Pumpkins wrote 1979 and 1993 or whatever it was. And if they wrote the equivalent song today, it would just be 2010. And I'm like, no, there's no fucking way. There's no way.
Oh my god.
That sucks. There's no way. And the gaming release date ones always get me too. That's my cat for once.
No,
it's yours.
That's mine.
I thought it was my silver cat.
He's yelling at the door.
It's hollering at the door. Let him in. Is it Snowball?
That one sounded like Joseph.
Let him in.
Oreo.
Let the cat in. Or will then the cat start hollering to get out?
Possibly. It's a big possibility.
It's a big possibility. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 392 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game and cat collecting podcast. That's right. Come for the video games, stay for the Neckos. We have plenty of Neckos hanging around. It's Necco, right? You looked at me like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Yeah. I saw that look. I was like, wait a minute. We're going to have to kill the stream and everything. Hold on. We'll be back. No.
Necco wafer?
Necco wafer. I used to get those. My mom was like, or Santa Claus would put them in my stocking and be like, this is an old candy from when I was a kid. I got these in my stocking. And I'm like, these suck. Even when I could eat sugary stuff. So, these are garbage.
These are terrible.
Yeah, they're only available like Cracker Barrel, or you have to go to like one of these old timey. I don't know if we have any other listeners outside of like the Southeast, but Cracker Barrel's like a country cooking place with a store in the front of it, and they've got vintage sodas and shirts and rugs and CDs. They got all kinds of shit in there, right? It's an experience.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe a Cracker Barrel. But then you have the restaurant part after that, and they'll have like a wood burning fire and really good biscuits, and the breakfast is awesome. How do we get on Cracker Barrel? The Southeast number one Cracker Barrel appreciation podcast. Yeah, Necco wafers.
We went from Necco wafer to Cracker Barrel.
You spun us from the cat Neckos into Necco wafers. Have you had one recently? You laughed at me when I said they're garbage.
No.
When's the last time you had a Necco wafer? Go get one of those fuckers.
Golly, I don't know.
They're bad. It's like a shitty communion. It's like a sweet, shitty communion. Would you take Necco communion?
100%. The Necco sacrament.
Yes. Oh, pass the Neckos. I don't know. It's not- I'm going to keep passing. Yes, I will continue to pass this.
They do that at Easter instead of
Yeah, it's appropriate, right? We just passed Easter.
Yeah.
We just passed Easter. I think that's appropriate. Yeah, but the people were like, this was not in church last time I came, because certain people only go to church on Easter and Christmas and stuff. Or there's jokes in the community regarding this behavior, but what changed here? Something's very different.
I thought this was supposed to be bread, not some candy.
Shit, communion wafer. Shit candy. They're dyed like Easter eggs too, right? It's like purple and red and yellow, and blue. Necco wafer. Write to nofodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your favorite flavor of Necco wafer. This ended up being a whole bit. Anyways, we're actually going to end up talking video games. They don't have video games at Cracker Barrel. When does that start being introduced to? When do you start seeing like little mini bootleg consoles? Or I guess they would need like an officially branded type thing. Maybe like remember At Games, the Sega stuff that used to be at Dollar General.
Oh gosh, terrible At Games.
Yeah, they were rough. Running on like a NES 8-bit style system on a chip thing. Trying to run those things. Tonight's actual video game news. Rockstar Games hacked. Xbox admits Game Pass is too expensive? ? New Rhythm Heaven announced. Brent, I have to admit something on this podcast. Well, I'll admit later when we get to this news. Next, beware of 007 First Light leaks. Ooh, that's not good. And we have your April Game Pass games and more games on Nintendo Switch Online. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman. My favorite Necco wafer flavor is green. Also joined tonight by Newsmaster Brant McKee. Brant, what's your favorite? What's your favorite flavor of Necco wafer?
Favorite.
Or do you observe? Do you celebrate the whole catalog?
I don't know. I guess we'll go with that like pinkish red. We'll
okay,
usually, sure. Pick one just to.
If
be different.
If you took the Pepsi challenge of Necco wafers, do you think you could tell the difference between the flavors?
I don't know.
Did you ever take the Pepsi challenge?
Equally as bad.
Yeah.
No, I've never taken the Pepsi challenge.
You've never taken the Pepsi challenge. Okay. So, friend of the show,
Does it involve Crystal Pepsi?
It did not. When I had it, it was Pepsi and Coca-Cola Classic. And they're very distinct. Like we live in the land of Coke,
they are
right?
Very.
Yeah. So there's already an allegiance. It's not like just, give me whatever soda you have. I feel like it's gotten better, right? When we were growing up, it was pretty distinct. Like you only had Pepsi in certain restaurants. And they still have their deals back and forth, but I feel like it's not as readily available, but it's not like this exclusive. It's going to be a Pizza Hut or it's going to be a Taco Bell.
I mean, Pepsi had to make a whole subset of things and buy restaurants in order to compete.
Oh yeah,
because they couldn't
outcompete
Coca-Cola. Yep, Yum Brands.
So the same, I know I've mentioned this piece on the podcast. The same Kmart that friend of the show Mark Knight and I would frequent, where I first saw the GameCube kiosk. I went with Dad to Kmart, and there was a GameCube kiosk, and he didn't want to go, so he didn't go. And I went back, and I was like, man, I played the fucking Nintendo GameCube. That shit was awesome. We were back. Dad took mercy on him. We were back at Kmart later that day or the next day. It was an immediate turn back around to try the GameCube. But at that same one, I don't think it was a couple years before. I don't think it was around that same time. But they did. They had a Pepsi person there, like with the cart, and they were like, take the Pepsi challenge. For some reason, I want to say it's like 98, which was like the Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa summer. I need to look that up, or maybe somebody is really into soda and baseball and Kmart and the 90s maybe, and they know this convergence of all these and Necco wafers. They know the convergence of all these different pop culture things.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, and I was like, sure, I'll do it. Like my preference is Coke, and I could definitely tell the difference, and I was right. I was like, yeah, this one's Coke, this one's Pepsi. I think Coke is a little better. Pepsi tastes sweeter, but I passed the Pepsi challenge. This is the last test I ever passed. It was 1998.
I feel like most people that have a particular brand would would immediately know.
Yeah.
Like you would have to be like completely blind, like, oh, I just don't drink soda. Maybe you couldn't exactly tell.
I went through a kick too, probably before that, where I liked the cherry stuff. So it didn't matter, like Dr. Pepper,
Yeah.
cherry Coke. Cherry Coke was big, like that purple can with the big bright red cherries on the can.
Mm-hmm.
If you've seen that one, Mr. Pibb, like it didn't matter to me. I wanted that spiced cherry soda style flavor. Any of those were good with me, but I sent you there's new Xbox branding. Like I didn't see this
Yes,
announced anywhere.
you did.
I was in Kroger and not only is there a new Fanta, it was like sour cherry or something. It's not a zero sugar. I would have scooped one up immediately. But it had the art was really, really cool. It had a Diablo, like it had that archangel from Diablo, can't remember his name, but it had the Diablo branding and brand new Fanta flavor. And then there was a Forza Fanta pack. And then Call of Duty was on something. I want to say like Minute Maid's
Probably Mountain Dew.
Maybe it was Mountain Dew. Maybe it was a type of Mountain Dew. That sounds about right. I was like, man, this looks cool. I'm keeping my eyes open for. I don't know. Is Halo an Xbox franchise anymore? Is there going to be a Halo branded sleeve of sodas we have to get our hands on?
Possibly. Who knows?
Time will tell.
Did you ever get that Halo Zune?
I don't have the Halo Zune. When I went through my Zune phase, and this was only 4 or 5 years ago, I went through the Zune phase. Someone had backed up like all the official themes or wallpapers and stuff that they had backed up from different Zunes. And like there's a repository of Zune stuff. And like I had the music mixer or whatever. It was they didn't use Windows Media. It was something. Maybe it was a Zune. Maybe it was like Zune Loader or something. It was their iTunes. And I got this thing for the HD radio capability, which still works. You know, I could fire that up and plug headphones in and get like CD quality radio over as long as I have a signal. But I downloaded that Halo 3 wallpaper that came on that official Halo Zune. I think those are really expensive. Like that. I mean, that ends up being the collector thing, right? Yeah. There's a Halo one. I think there's a Gears of War Zune out there too. I think that's in that same era. Have you gone down the Zune rabbit hole, Brant?
I have not.
Your next thing, because I know you're all in this stuff right now, and I'm here for it because I'm gonna learn some stuff from your tinkering, as we tend to call it. But iPods, like iPod shuffles and videos and things like that. They flash OSs on there. They put Rockbox. Have you heard of Rockbox ever?
Rockbox.
All right, you've already tinkered with this, so I've considered that.
I've thought about doing it. Yeah. But I have my generation iPod that I still have that still works decently. Every now and then it crashes, and I think it's just that old hard drive in there,
right?
Just has its limits. But for the most part, it works pretty dang good. But I want to say it's an 8th generation iPod, and the iPod Classics, those are the ones that are like, if you want to get into this one, it's kind of a chore. Be ready. This is a job kind of thing, where some of the other ones, it's like, oh yeah, you just kind of barely go around the edges and you're in, and change out all this stuff really easy. And so I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'll mess with it. I don't know.
You in an era where their iMacs and their MacBooks and that sort of thing were more right to repair friendly, I feel like the iPod kind of ushered in that. You end up with like adhesive on the battery and glue around the edges of you couldn't just, I guess that was conducive for dropping it maybe, but like I love those MacBooks of that era, because the battery's an easy swap. You just buy a battery and pop it in there and you're good, and you can have multiples and hot swap them and keep going. And it just, they've gotten away from that. And I would love to see that new MacBook Neo. Does that have your interest at all? The newer style one? It's not unrepair friendly as the previous ones. It's still not like, take these 8 screws off and pull them off and then take the RAM out. But it's better, which is a step forward.
It is better, but it's essentially a iPhone 17 Pro with a giant battery slapped to it and Mac OS running on it.
Which
I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's apparently
No.
a great device.
Yeah.
So,
and they've gotten so far with these mobile chipsets. Like, it's not preposterous that a cell processor is a cell processor. That's another thing entirely.
Totally different thing.
A cell phone processor is powering a notebook like that. It seems to be wildly successful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get that's a hell of a preamble. We're gonna get some time out of this one, Brant. I wouldn't mind having another show like that where we just end up shooting the shit and catching up with all the random stuff we've been messing with. We still need to do a legitimate digital backup to all of our legitimate physical backups. Get together, conglomeration. Let's get into this news. Speaking of data transfers, this comes from VGCVideoGamesChronicle.com. Hacker group confirms it will release stolen Rockstar Games data. A group of hackers has said it will release data stolen from Grand Theft Auto 6 developer Rockstar Games after its demands were not met. Has that come and gone? Is there anything out there yet?
Actually, yeah, this, like, it happened. This was one of those things where, of course, they say, hey, we've got a bunch of data and, release it or
ransom.
Pay us or we're going to release it. And majority of the time they go, no, we're not paying you. So they release it. And it was, the deadline was today. So yeah, obviously today there has been some stuff that's gotten out and the majority of it is nothing. Like, they had some, a bunch of tickets that were generated by customers for graphical issues or other game issues here and there. The biggest thing is basically, we already knew GTA 5 and GTA Online was like making Rockstar gangbusters, and now we just have hardcore numbers because it's something like what was this part?
All these shark passes.
Yeah, something about shark cards. They earn like millions off of shark cards every year. Leaked data suggests Rockstar Game earns about 8.5 million weekly from GTA Online. Ooh. With PS5 leading in revenue and active users.
They did that mid console refresh generation thing, no issue. Transfer that base straight over and get new players in the base.
So, I mean, GTA has been around for years and years. And it's just been making them millions and millions and millions.
Yeah.
I saw the shark card number somewhere. I can't find it right now.
Yeah, it's but on this VGC
it was
article.
Oh my gosh, it was absolutely ridiculous. I
mean, we're joking about the shark cards, but Bran, I think we had stopped doing it before you joined the show, but we used to read the monthly MPD numbers every month when they came out. That would be a big part of the episode of the show, is reading like top sellers, and it was always like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Grand Theft Auto 5, whatever Madden game was out, and that sort of stuff. But we stopped doing. I don't know that was the most interesting content, was going through MPD numbers, but those freaking shark cards were always way up there.
Yeah, so it's I can't remember if it was like something like 500 million or something that it was gaining, that it had been doing, but it's an estimated at least 5 billion with a B that Rockstar Games has gotten in revenue just for the shark cards since GTA Online's been active from that 2013 to 2024.
$5 billion. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Yeah, I think we noted back then, like, it was cheaper to get the SKU. Is that padding their sales potentially when you like buy the SKU that's the game and the shark card for cheaper than people were getting those I guess you have something to trade in because that was physical media days, right? I guess that was something that you could trade in at the end of that. But you had that shark card for their whatever the online scheme part of that is. Why have we never? We're always on the lookout for like a new multiplayer game and hijinks and all that. We've never messed with GTA 5 online. The four of us or five of us or six of us or whoever can get in on a session. Maybe we try that out. Nobody's floated that one before. I do have a recommendation. I was watching just random Halo streams yesterday. I was like, let's see who's on Twitch playing Master Chief Collection. And I was watching a speedrunner. And that shit was fucking fascinating. He beat Halo CE on PC in like an hour and 2 minutes. He did this crazy like warping through geometry and jumping across. You can, you know how you switch on Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary? You can switch between like the old and new graphics. There's a way to like break it. And he grenaded himself out of CE up into the rafters, and it was the new graphics in there. And then he was like jumping around in the graphics, and man, it was fucking wild. I've never watched that level of like speed running like that. Anyways, what came to me
up the graphics,
absolutely tightening up the graphics,
messing around in the graphics.
Myself, friend of the show, Mark Knight, and Cesar played through Halo ODST maybe 7 years ago. It's been that long. I know Reach is on our list also, but I think ODST is like that's a one night stream if I remember right, just like we did with World at War, or maybe 2. It's not a very long game, but I just remember it being super atmospheric and fun. So that maybe that's something coming up we can look at streaming together. Speaking of Xbox, that was a lot of Halo stuff. Also from VGC, VideoGamesChronicle.com. Xbox's new boss tells staff Game Pass, quote, has become too expensive for players. Microsoft's new head of Xbox, Asha Sharma, has told employees Game Pass is too expensive and suggested that the subscription service's pricing is about to change. This is something we were hoping for because we have watched Game Pass absolutely inflate out of our... Everybody who was stuck on like either a monthly or an expired subscription in our group has dropped it. And mine is until May. I think I only have like 2 months, and I will absolutely be dropping to whatever that bottom tier gold, just to keep playing Master Chief Collection and stuff. It will absolutely be that. And you do get like that bottom tier does have a certain level of Game Pass. Like you do get certain legacy games in that basic tier. Probably enough to where I'm like, oh, I won't even notice a difference. I'm not playing the brand new stuff anyways. In an internal memo sent to gaming employees, first published by The Verge, Sharma said that the service needs, quote, a better value equation, end quote, 6 months after Microsoft hiked the price of its top Game Pass tier by 50% to $30. That's why we were talking about the inflated value just going through the roof. They absolutely passed that Blizzard, Call of Duty, Activision acquisition onto us 100%. Quote, Game Pass is central to gaming value on Xbox. It's also clear that the current model isn't the final one. Short term, Game Pass has become too expensive for players, so we need a better value equation. Long term, we will evolve Game Pass into a more flexible system, which will take time to test and learn around, Sharma wrote. Currently, Xbox Game Pass is available in Ultimate, $29.99 per month, Premium, $14.99 per month, Essential, $9.99 per month, and PC Game Pass, which is a $16.49 tier. I think last time I looked at it, PC Game Pass was kind of how I was leaning. I can't remember what it did Xbox-wise. I can't remember if that also included like the basic Xbox Live multiplayer component. According to reports, part of the reason for the Game Pass price increases last year was the inclusion of new Call of Duty games in the service. We just mentioned that, which would have likely cost Microsoft significant sales revenue. Per a Bloomberg report, last year's Game Pass price rises arrived after Xbox gave up, quote, more than $300 million in sales, end quote, of Call of Duty on console and PCs last year, according to a former employee. It's been claimed Microsoft might be considering removing Call of Duty from the service in the future, claims that Sharma reportedly acknowledged in her internal memo, stating that she would, quote, go deeper, end quote, with employees next week. Wow. So hopefully we get a immediate rectifying return. I don't know what the term is there. I would like a less expensive. I think we're all back in on trying all this random stuff and like and getting on that tier if it's back to $14.99. Those are really good value, I feel. 50 cents a day. That's way different than
way better.
$1 a day. That adds up very quickly across all the different subscriptions we have and options and things vying for our time. And it would be nice to have other games like added to that back catalog. Throw those other Call of Duty games in there. Yeah. Like there's a lot that they could do with that.
I think the rumor was they might remove Call of Duty from some of these tiers.
Perfectly fine. They're not going to take these legacy ones I'm interested in, right? I'll wait for a sale to get the new one, get a $29.99 or $19.99. I don't want to pay for that monthly. And we're paying Warzone, which is its own cash cow. I would love to see Warzone numbers versus like the every year's paid Call of Duty title. I'm assuming that annual Call of Duty game still rakes in. Like we're not going to act like it's not a big deal. They're still like, release day multimedia giants. It's nowhere near what it used to be, but they're still very successful. But I kind of feel like consumers are speaking here. We're kind of driving some of these decisions. I would love to see this change. I would love to see this new leadership come in and say, "Hey, this is what the gamers want. This is where we need to go." There's also some rumors kind of knocking around as of this week about them going back to having exclusives again and not being this big third-party conglomerate. That was, I think it was Jez Corden of Windows Central reporting that's in talks. Like, maybe
it's been being kicked around for a little bit.
Yeah,
since Ashley Sharma came into the scene, because she's been asking around about what people want.
Yeah.
It's come up a couple times, so maybe it's come up enough to where they're like, look, this is what people are asking for.
Is that how you go back to giving Xbox an identity?
Possibly.
It's totally scrapping this everything's an Xbox campaign.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really going to be a big winner.
Yeah, PlayStation Studios, they're still pushing out like the big multiplayer stuff is multi-plat and still going to PC and stuff, but they're they're even pulling away from PC now. So and saying all of those, your Spider-Mans and Ratchet and Clanks and all that, like we're gonna keep those on the console. So it kind of, Xbox they've been putting everything everywhere, which is, that was kind of Phil Spencer's thing too, was more games, more ways to play, more access. We want to put those games in people's hands, and I know to some extent the head of Microsoft kind of wanted that too, with the amount of money they were spending to buy up some of these studios, Activision and ZeniMax and all that. Like, hey, we're spending all this money, we gotta these need to be everywhere so we can get all this revenue back. And I can see them with the Call of Duties, a lot of the Bethesda stuff, and making it pure, accessible to everybody, even if it's a timed exclusive thing, where we see it after a year or so of being exclusive to Xbox, coming to other places. But I don't know. I think going back to if you want the brand new Gears 6 experience or the brand new Halo experience, hey, look, that's here at home on Xbox where it belongs.
You think that will go a long way for brand recognition?
As for brand recognition, brand identity, yeah, I think so. It's cool to look over here and see PS5 Gears of War, but it's also freaking weird. It's like, when did you think this was gonna happen? And then we're gonna get a Halo SKU of PS5. It's like, wow, what? It's crazy to think that's where we are. But
campaign evolved. I don't know. I never balked at the like customer choice for these things going places like I did the Game Pass increase. I just all of a sudden I immediately could not justify that, and it was like, and I'm diving into the back catalog thinking, what else can I play on my other Xbox systems or that I have physical copies of? Or where can I play these games that I'm currently enjoying with my friends on Xbox somewhere else? Like it drove me away from that platform. Like I feel like when I played with you guys, like PS5 would be some of your primary consoles for like Battlefield beta, and when we played that Delta Force and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, I got room in my Xbox. I'll just throw it on Xbox. It lost even that piece of that mind share where I didn't even consider it. I was like, I'm just gonna. There's no need to. Like, I'm not gonna keep this subscription going in the long run. I'm gonna end up playing all these things on PlayStation with my friends anyways. They have PlayStations. I'm already paying for that online thing. I totally lost any sort of justification for that. And I mentioned to y'all, like, I'm going to loan out my Steam Deck to Mark's Knight. I'm going to buy him Master Chief Collection when it's $10 again. Like, do we ever go back to that Xbox one unless we're playing a LAN party or System Link or, you know, I don't know, the multiplayer or the campaigns like we were talking about doing, but that stuff's on, that stuff's on Steam Deck. It's Steam Deck compatible. We can all play on devices we already have with free online. I want to see us
jump too. I mean, he's a lot of PC games. He's PS5. He's ROG. He's like, he enjoys the Xbox, you know, play anywhere stuff. But at this point, he doesn't really need the Xbox. He doesn't really look at it. And
it was right after they had such a strong outpouring of like, remember we got South of Midnight and we got what were some other bangers? Keeper. Like all these studios that they had purchased were starting to produce these AA scope scale games that we were asking for this service. Like they started firing on all cylinders, and then the price increase kicked in, and it just got weird and it felt wrong consumer wise.
But he was even playing that Forza on PS5 and raving about how like good the DualSense is, and it's like, wow, if you really think about it, that you can't get that extra bit of feedback from that controller on Xbox, you might as well buy it for PS5 and kind of have a better experience.
Yep.
So
time will tell. Let's see. Xbox is evolving right in front of our eyes. When is their next big thing? They're going to talk about Gears in June, and that's kind of their next.
Yeah, but say their next big show is like June.
Their next announced thing. Nintendo has announced the official release date for Rhythm Heaven Groove. This is from VGCVideoGamesChronicle.com. The rhythm action game, which will be renamed Rhythm Paradise Groove in Europe to continue the series naming convention in that region, will be released on Nintendo Switch on July 2nd. Brant can celebrate the 250th birthday of America with some Rhythm Heaven Groove. The game will be priced $39.99 as confirmed by the pre-order page on the Nintendo Switch eShop. I've seen it popping around various retailers that the physical copy is also $39.99. So we talked last week about the digital, like the digital physical price differences there. They're both
dynamic pricing.
Dynamic pricing. Lost the lead.
World premiere. Dynamic pricing.
Change the channel. Get it off. Turn off the feed. The Rhythm Heaven games are made up of a series of rhythm challenges in which players have to use audio cues in order to complete tasks by matching the beat. Brant, my admission, I've never played a Rhythm Heaven game. I never played the DS one. I don't have the Wii one. I've never played a Rhythm Heaven.
I dabbled a little bit in Rhythm Heaven, but I've never like actually sat down and like played through a Rhythm Heaven.
I connect when I hear Rhythm Heaven, I see the Beyonce DS commercial. That was the tie-in, right? When it Beyonce playing Rhythm Heaven and like laughing at the DS, holding it sideways, I think, like the book style. VGC goes on to note the first game was on the Game Boy Advanced. Rhythm Tengoku, just known as Rhythm Heaven, a Nintendo DS game in 2008. The third game, Rhythm Heaven Fever, was released on the Wii in 2011, but made use of the Wii Remote's A and B buttons instead of its motion sensing capabilities. Oh, so you could just play it like NES style. Finally, Nintendo 3DS game Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix offered a sort of remix compilation of the previous games with over 100 rhythm games to choose from. I don't even think I own a Rhythm Heaven game, much less played one. There's not one in my library. Who made these? This looks like an Intelligent Systems thing. The music is produced by Japanese musician Sunku. Yeah, this would all be new to me to play a Rhythm Heaven game. Brant, 007 First Light. What happened? What's happening?
Oh my gosh, so it's even more than just 007 First Light. The biggest problem, this is from Andy Robinson of VGC. Indonesians ratings board just leaked huge spoilers for 007 First Light and other unreleased games. This weekend it was discovered there was a security flaw with the Indonesian game rating system, the IGRS. Had left gameplay footage exposed for many unreleased games, which were submitted privately for the purpose of classification. That included over an hour of spoilers for IO Interactive's 007 First Light, which have been circulated online, including what appears to be the ending of the game.
Holy shit. In which James Bond is given the golden eye. Or the gold finger.
The gold finger.
Oh, I see you got your gold
finger.
That's pretty good.
But also, there was footage from Bandai Namco's Echoes of Arcanad, including cutscenes that appeared to show significant story moments. So those looking to avoid spoilers for either title may want to use social media filters. Notably, Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Konami's Castlevania Belmont's Curse were also part of the leak. Though at the time of publishing, no footage appears to have been circulated online. According to the reports from the IGRS, leaks also exposed thousands of email addresses belonging to the game developers. The mishap will come as a big disappointment for IO Interactive in particular. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. I mean, it's extremely crazy that a ratings board would have that big of a security flaw.
Yeah.
And
that's drastic. Like
for this stuff to get out from a ratings board is kind of crazy.
Should be super lock and key.
It's really most of it's just quotes about everything else. It's the rest of the articles doesn't really matter, but it's insane to think that all of these got, including the ending of the game. That is significant,
wild,
and crazy for all of those Bandai Namco and IO Interactive. And I know I was definitely looking forward to 007 First Light. That game looks really good.
Yeah, it's high up on my list.
It's which I know it also got delayed for Switch 2. I think that news came out earlier today.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see that anywhere.
Okay. But hopefully we can avoid the spoilers for that, because really don't want to see the ending or anything online. It's crazy. I mean, some people, that's just how they get their kicks, is they like to ruin things for other people.
Yeah, which is a bunch of nonsense. Absolute insanity. So steer clear of those 007 spoilers. The game looks good.
Next up from VGC Chris Scullion, we've got our Game Pass games here for April. Continuing the trend of classic Final Fantasy games on Game Pass, we have Final Fantasy 4, DayZ, Endless Legend 2, FBC Firebreak,
Okay.
Planet Coaster,
game. Planet Coaster 2.
2,
Yep.
Tiny Bookshop,
Cozy game, I'm assuming.
Football Manager 26.
Another cozy
for
game.
both PC and console. Let's see, Hades 2.
There's the big one, Hades 2, right? Probably.
Hades 2 just dropped today, along with Replaced. Replaced is a pretty good drop too there.
Oh, I had that on my Steam wish list. I got notified that the Replaced came out. I guess one of you guys must have been talking about it, and I wish listed it.
Then let's see. Next up, the Thermaturge.
I'll go with that.
Elder Scrolls 5 or 4 Oblivion Remastered. Coming April 16th. And that's to let's see,
the lower
Game
tiers.
Pass Premium. Joining Ultimate PC. Yeah,
I could definitely drop down to that lower tier and keep playing that on the raw, because that's where I was playing
Oblivion.
it.
Yep,
that's where I was playing it.
EA Sports NHL 26 coming the 16th as well. Call of Duty Modern Warfare is April 17th.
I'm assuming that's the remake, like the 2020 game.
Yes,
or 2019, whenever that came out. Okay. Oh yeah, because the other one's like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, right? This is Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Let's see, April 21st, Little Rocket Lab, cloud, console, and PC. Soap: A Tale of the Stolen Potato, also coming April 21st. Vampire Crawler. This is the Vampire Survivor people. Cloud, series, consoles, handheld, PC, April 21st. And Kiln coming April 23rd. That's the that Double Fine?
That sounds right.
It's the like fighting game where you like craft your own clay pottery and then fire it and fight each other, and
that absolutely sounds right. Yep, online multiplayer pottery game. I'm trying to make sure it's Double Fine. That sounds right, and it looks like one of their games. Yeah, from Double Fine Productions. You're right.
Yep. Let's see, and last but not least, also from Chris Scullion, we've got some more games added to your Nintendo Switch Online, just the base subscription here. We got 3 Namco published NES games, which include Pac-Man. Everybody loves Pac-Man. Tower of Daruga.
Yeah, that's an old franchise.
And, Mendel Palace.
Tower of Draga was only released on Famicom in Japan. I never know it was not released on the NES. I kind of feel like it came out on everything.
I see that.
Mendel Palace, I've never heard of. Oh shoot, I can't watch the little video on there. Oh, there's 80.
It's an action puzzle game.
So there's 84 NES games on that service now. That's crazy.
Mendel Palace was apparently developed by Game Freak.
Oh.
So.
Mendel Palace. Never heard of this one. Wonder if I have it on some legitimate backup of a Famicom game that I definitely have.
More than likely, I'm sure you have a legitimate backup.
Damn, this YouTube link says this hidden gem is amazing. Don't they all on YouTube though, right? Oh, yes, this has Game Freak level of polish though. There's a lot of moving characters and stuff on screen here. This looks crazy. I might give this a go. I wonder how.
Well, I mean, we're already paying for the service, correct? So
yeah. wonder how easy it is to understand, like, what to do in between levels and such. Yeah, you need to watch a video of that. They do some things with the NES that you really wouldn't think possible, especially with, like, sprites moving around. You know, you get that flicker, like, there'd be so much moving on the screen on each line that's being drawn. You'd start getting, like, flicker of, you could tell what was there, but it was, like, shimmering as it moved, and...
Yeah.
Maybe that video I was watching had some sort of correction on it, but that looked pretty sharp there. Brant, that's all for news. That's it, right? Nothing else.
That's all of the news.
Nothing else newsworthy. Games played might be kind of brief for me. Spent a lot of time. I guess all my free time playing games this past week has been playing Halo Master Chief Collection with you guys. Yeah. Old Man Halo, yeah. You and I played after the show last week. We might have time to get in a couple rounds this week, potentially. And then we all played Thursday night, I think we got on. And
Thursday and some Saturday.
Yeah, we had some randos. Yep. We had some randos.
Yeah, it was me and you after the show last week, and then it was me, you, and Buish, and then it was me, you, and Cesar. Yeah, over the weekend.
Yeah, Buish couldn't jump on with us. Was it Thursday night? We were trying to coax him into it. He's like, "No, you guys go ahead."
Yeah.
Ended up with some bans. I think did that ruin it for us at the end? Were we like, I don't know about this?
Yeah.
We had some good rounds in there. Had to ban a couple people just because they were kicking our asses over.
Oh my gosh.
We got matched up with a Halo god, and it was like, man, it wasn't Chat War. It was another name, and I was like, man, I gotta get rid of this person. So I was like, this isn't fun. We have to ban this person.
Yeah.
And all it does, I think we've mentioned this before, but it makes sure you don't matchmake with them again. So, they're not doing anything particularly wrong or aggressive, or, they're not teabagging us and all this sort of stuff, but it's just not fun when it's not even close. Like, we lost 50-14, I think was one of the scores. And I don't think I've ever been beat that bad in a Halo round. 50-14. We got blown out. They got rockets. They got the high ground on us, and it was just over. You spawn and die. Spawn and die. God. Yeah, and Cesar's right. He's like, we got to get rid of them and get out of that queue with them because it's just not fun, and it wasn't. So it's good that feature is in there. But then we got a ban. Cesar and I got booted. It froze up on us, and you kept going. And the guy was messaging you, right? Like, he would teabag you and then message you, like, trying to get you. He was trying to get you to
It was
quit.
like, yeah, man, you can quit without taking a penalty. Go ahead and quit. And then
you didn't want to risk it
with me, and he's like,
yeah.
And he's, yeah, I was about to say, we've been there before, and we've had too many times where it's just like, we don't think we should have been banned, and we still banned. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm in this for the long haul. And it was like 4 versus 1. And he was like the only one being a douchebag, and he kept like messaging me, and then every time he killed me, he'd just sit there and teabag me. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Like,
oh man, just let us have a solution here, and don't, when we actually get booted and it's illegitimate, let us join back in. And we were able to. There was another night we played where it actually did work. Was it me and you were able to rejoin after being booted, or maybe maybe me and Cesar jumped back in, like it led us all the way back through?
Yeah. I think it had just booted you that one time. But then we're playing, and then all of a sudden we just saw, you rejoined. Yeah.
Let me back in. But that's it. That's all I really got into, Brant. You have any other random updates?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I kicked around after messing around with so much emulation. Me and you last year had both picked up these little MiU devices.
Oh yeah,
this is the MiU.
You got yours on
Flip
screen.
version 2. Looks like a Game Boy SP, except it has 4 face buttons plus the D-pad plus start and select, some little sticks at the bottom. These are the same kind of sticks you'd get on a PlayStation Vita, I feel like. So they're kind of, I mean, they're kind of small. They work decently, except these actually have like the L3 R3 functionality.
Which one did you end up getting? I've got the Super Nintendo, like the purple.
Oh, yeah,
the black one.
I got that one, and I got this black one.
Yeah,
which is nice. I mean, they have a mono speaker. They've got I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, it's got a headphone jack, USB-C on the bottom. That's the USB-C for charging. Where I don't know what this USB-C on the top is for. I don't know if it can do video out. You want a link cable?
Link cable.
Or it has mini HDMI at the top also for video out. Oh, Thinking in the Box joined.
Box is here. What's up, Box?
He's right here for the end.
Right. And the finale, in which we go over tiny emulation devices that we recently picked up, but Brant has tinkered with way more than me.
So, outside of the stock OS, I actually booted this OS. It's called Surwish.
Okay.
OS.
Shout out to friend of the show, Surwish.
It looks extremely similar to the No, you don't suck, Box. You're fine.
Thanks for joining.
We love that you joined, sir. It looks extremely similar to the original OS. It's got a little bit more features, I would say, on here. There's like a scraper in there, so it'll actually scrape the game art and things for games added and everything in there. I noticed the stock emulation. I don't know. There just weren't many options. It uses RetroArch, and it just didn't have many options, many cores. Yes, it does look like a Game Boy Advance SP.
Yeah. They're leaning into that nostalgia 100%.
That form factor works pretty well, honestly. But so I loaded this thing up after I changed the OS, and I wanted to play around with the emulation, because the stock firmware PS1 emulation felt off. Sega Saturn emulation was like a no-go. N64, a couple games ran okay, but for the most part, it was like, yeah, probably not gonna play that on here. Where this, just like some of the other emulation devices I used, you could actually now, when you're on the page selecting your games, you can, I think it was the X button on there on the menu. You can actually choose what emulation core you want to run off, and so there's certain things that run way freaking better.
You were messing around with can't remember if it was this device or not, but you were messing around with
actually was
with 64 emulation, right? It was like Mario 64.
I'm about to say I did it. I did it. That was Friday night. I played some. I booted up a bunch of things like Mario 64 ran flawlessly.
Yeah.
I had to switch the core because it had weird things like Lakitu dropped down, and he, instead of having his two big eyes, he had like he was a Cyclops. He had one big eye. And the coins, rather than like they were up on the ledge, when you walk into the castle, there's the coins sitting there. The coins were like mini. I was like, what the hell is going on? So as soon as I changed cores and booted it back up, it was like, it was perfect.
It looked fine.
Dreamcast, that was the other thing on this device. Ran kind of wonky. It would have a lot of slowdown. Runs 100% well. No slowdown, no nothing, just perfect.
with the flashed OS.
Yeah.
Man, if that thing played Virtua
same
Tennis,
thing.
that would be worth my expenditure on the device already. I might make sure you fire up Virtua Tennis and see what it looks like on
I'll
there.
say, yeah,
when it
I'll
plays.
I'll throw Virtua Tennis out there and see
God, I
what
would love to know.
it does. It should be,
I
it should
love
be
that
good.
game. Love that game.
PS1 emulation feels way smoother, a lot better.
What is it about changing just these emulation wrappers? Why does that improve it so much? Are they just better
I
cores
don't know.
or further developed? Yeah, Box is noting disk-based is the worst to emulate. Yeah, you're not wrong. And it's weird how PS1 is so much further along than like Sega Saturn, and the Saturn's just so much harder to pull off on anything.
And Saturn emulation is it's better on here. It still has some of the like graphical issues, but as far as speed wise, it actually runs a lot more, way above what it did.
Yeah.
But even like just messing around, I'm booting up all these different games. And of course, I just got lost in Final Fantasy VII. Just something about the intro to that game, and then getting lost in through that.
It's perfect. It's so perfect.
To this day, just that whole intro running through that first mission, it just evokes something. I don't know what it is, man, but it's such a great setup to that whole story.
My Life in Gaming did it's Digital Foundry. Digital Foundry partnered with My Life in Gaming for they have their own podcast. It's like DF Retro Super Show. That's actually the name of it. I was trying to see if it would come to me. But they talked about best intro levels in games, and that was a fantastic episode. And at least 2 people had on their list Final Fantasy VII, and you're right. And it's those same game design decisions. The way the FMV like blends into Cloud jumping out of the train, and then follow me, ex soldier, or whatever Barrett says, and then you're in a battle immediately. Like it ingrains you in the lore, in the universe, and the battle systems and everything immediately. It just throws you into it, and like I remember popping that into my PlayStation. I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna be something special. Immediately. You're right. Listen, watch that episode, Brant. I think it's something you'll really enjoy.
Oh yeah,
it's a good one. They talk about a lot of introductory levels that are just incredible. Panzer Dragoon, which is one of your favorites on Sega Saturn.
Oh gosh,
that intro level.
Yeah,
when I get craving Panzer Dragoon, I just play through that intro level, and I'm like, I'm good. This has been awesome. This is exactly what I was after. Yep. Sonic Adventure for Dreamcast was mentioned. I'm sure they had something other than Sega. Well, Final Fantasy VII's not Sega, right?
Yeah. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it Sonic Adventure 2 specifically?
That one has a good intro mission too. I was thinking of the first one where you're like running away from the killer whale. The killer whale's like splashing along, like when the Dreamcast first came out. Also, thinking inside the box, this might be up your alley. Modern Vintage Gamer has a new video on YouTube about PS3 emulation. Brant, this is your cup of tea too. It's come a long way. Like I had it on in the background, so I didn't get the major takeaways, but the emulation has had like some sort of crazy increase where like 75% of games are compatible now in that PSSX3 or whatever they call that PS3, that main PS3 emulator. I can't remember the name of it, but it's gotten
since I've been looking at this, I may revisit the PS3 emulator on the Steam Deck and see exactly how well that has, because like you said, it's apparently come a long way. Also, I've come across Android emulation. I mean, has gotten way better. There's even some a good number of Android devices that are running like full Xbox emulation, and it's still
crazy.
Like
Where are we now?
There's some games that don't run very well, but there's other games that run like flawless, and they're playing it on this tiny little Android device, and it's like, holy crap, man.
Yeah.
I just want to tinker around with it. I want to see it.
It's come so far. Do we ever get to a place where we get rid of some of these physical things that we have hoarded up to this point, Brant?
Hell no.
If I have the means, like, part of me likes knowing that I have a solution for every Sega Saturn game, every Super Nintendo game, every N64 game, right? Dreamcast, I guess, is up there. Xbox 360, thinking inside the box. Wii and GameCube are easy to back up. Like we're getting further and further along with some of those where if you want to preserve these things, like we beg for companies to come out with stuff. I bought the recent Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 Steam releases from Capcom and Breath of Fire. I played Breath of Fire 4. I played Breath of Fire 4 on Steam Deck for about an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in my games played. Honestly, all it did is I didn't have a whole bunch of I could do CRT filters and things like that, and I have a physical copy of Breath of Fire 4, and I stopped playing, and I was like, I don't know when I'll play this on Steam Deck. I owe it to this title to play it on CRT and PS1. So I stopped the playthrough. I'm like, this seems really, really good. I'm not going to keep messing with this on this thing. Thinking Inside the Box just got an X-Station ODE. Excited to install that. Please let me know how that goes. I have plenty of PlayStation 1s that can be done with. Brent, you just ordered something similar. Do you want to talk about the thing that you ordered? Similar in form factor. Or wait till later.
I'm about to say, yeah, it'll come here because eventually I just because I think it said ships in June or ships by June or sooner. So whenever it gets here, it'll be here. But yeah,
are they backlogged pretty good?
Yeah, this is what did it say, like round 4 or something like that of their wave 4. Because they're doing these things in batches or something like that, which is, I'll talk a little bit about it. I just came across, looking at all of these different things, came across this specific Mister device. It's called a Superstation 1, and it comes in 3 different colorways. It comes in like the classic gray. There's a black, which was like the color of there was a development PlayStation unit that was black. I think that's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, Yakuzu or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Net Yaruzu or something like that.
Net Urose.
Yep.
And then the translucent dark blue, which I always remembered those controllers and everything, and they had that one console. So this is a FPGA device that is in the form factor of like the PS1.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say, not the original PlayStation, but the PlayStation 1, the smaller form factor.
PS1 Slim.
It still has the same.
Before everything was called the Slim, right?
The Slim still has the same snack. I guess they're called snack ports for both the controllers and the memory cards on the front, as well as a memory a slot for a micro SD card. This thing has every freaking port on it known to man. You could hook up to any display you want, VGA, HDMI, composite component. It has digital audio inputs, analog audio inputs, several USBs, a DIN port, VGA port, Ethernet. This thing's freaking. It's pretty crazy, and I've seen a lot of videos on it. Emulate seemingly all the way up to PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Of course, anything below that as well. Your Genesis, your Super Nintendos, NES, Master Systems, and it also has a expansion port on the bottom, and they're doing pre-orders for what they actually have coming out for it, which is the Super Dock. And the Super Dock is a just snaps onto the bottom via the expansion slot and is a disk drive. And seemingly would play.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
All the disc it would play your physical media. So seemingly, like, I think I've seen like Sega CD, of course, PlayStation, PC CDs, Sega Saturn, all that, as well as it has like some internal NVMe M.2 slot that you could put, plug more memory up to.
Oh, that's great.
4 more USB ports, snack bypass ports, IR sensor for remote, I guess. They've got a little remote that comes with it too. An additional IO expansion. So, I don't know, I'm excited to get this thing and play around with it.
You have to catch us up on this.
I like the fact that you can just plug PlayStation controllers into it, or, it Bluetooth capable. You can just use whatever controllers you want. I mean, I went with the transparent blue just for something different. So
yeah,
I'll once I get my hands on it, I'll let you know how that goes.
The creators,
I'm excited.
It's like Taio Yuden or something is the developer. I saw when this was announced, because I've been interested in the Mr. project since it started, and then I was following like all the Mr. add-ons costs and was it a D10 processor and all the different RAM configurations you could do with the Mr. and all that. And then it seems like this thing way undercuts the Mr. add-on and does everything that I would want it to do. And after playing with so I bought Analog's 3D console at the end of, it was summer last year, but then I ended up getting it at the end of last year. FPGA is almost unrecognizable to me than the real thing. Like,
right?
I don't know. I popped the cartridge in. It works exactly like I remember it. I'm not seeing any artifacts, or there's nothing that's off. There's nothing that, even through an emulation layer, you're like, yeah, I'm playing Super Mario World on my Windows PC in this window on my Windows PC. And it it was a marvel for like SNES 9X in 2003 when we first started messing with that.
Right.
And, Chrono Trigger was available via a download. But it's come so far in that I've heard nothing but good things about this device, and I cannot wait for you to get this and start messing around with it. It sounds like something everybody on this show would be interested in, and everybody that listens to this show would be interested in. Thinking Inside the Box says you can always count on 32-bit and below to work. Yep. Just about.
Oh, yeah.
And Saturn is bang up on this thing, if I remember right.
Apparently, I've seen people playing Saturn. I've seen people playing N64 as well.
Do you have a Saturn, Brant? Have we talked about this?
I do.
You do have a Saturn?
I have a Japanese Saturn.
Did you get a Saturn for me, or did you? I didn't have an extra Japanese Saturn, right?
No, you didn't have an extra one. I did buy a Japanese Saturn. It's the cream colored.
Yes, that's
Saturn.
when we started messing with the pseudo Saturn and all that.
Yes, I got very good at swapping the disc.
Yes,
and jumping into that pseudo Saturn menu.
We all did. I did one for Cesar. I flashed Cesars that way too. You get good at that timing, don't you? And you think you're breaking it the whole fucking time. I'm like, God, this sucks. I hate this. Wait for it to spin up. Start to hear it to slow down. Pop the lid. Pop the disc in.
Hear that laser move.
Yep. You're not wrong. Yeah, I can't wait for a future update on that. All right, is that it for us?
That's it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Jump into some old man Halo.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm down for some old man Halo. Let's go. Oh, I'm absolutely
couple games.
Yeah, a couple rounds. A couple rounds turns into 2 hours, right?
No, we can't do that. Can't do that tonight.
That's a week.
At least an hour.
Yeah.
30 minutes to an hour.
30 minutes to an hour. That's a window that I can agree to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you. Adios.